Good evening, everyone here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. The days are blurring together as the World Championship gets to the final stages, determining the playoff teams. As you see, the Calgary Tower sitting in the Calgary skyline. Just off to the west is the Canada Olympic Park near the Rocky Mountains. We are in the Winsport Arena, where we'll get set up for the final 3 round-robin sessions to determine the 6 teams that will hopefully earn their nation a spot at next year's Olympic Winter Games in Beijing, China, in the BKT Tires and OK Tire World Men's Curling Championship 2021. Our feature game is a great one. Norway, Canada, both teams coming in with the same record, and it shapes up for interesting matchup. Both teams are on a little bit of a slide. We'll get to that momentarily. But the teams playing very familiar with one another. Both have been play around on the tour. They'll be familiar to play, and let's meet who will be participating. For Norway, their skip, Stefan Valstad. Their third, Torgeir Nergard. Second, Marcus Højberg. And their lead, Magnus Vagberg. And they will take on Team Canada with their skip, Brendan Botcher. Third, Darren Moulding. Second, Brad Thiessen. And their lead, Karik Martin. So the final stages, let's look at the standings. We know 2 teams are into the playoffs and 1 into the semifinals. That's RCF. They will finish in the top 2 no matter what at 10-2. Then Sweden at 9-2. USA 8-3 controls where they'll finish. Scotland with 4 losses along with Canada and Norway, but a game back in the win column. Switzerland, Japan, Italy, all on that middle ground, just on the outside looking in. And then Korea, Netherlands, China rounding it out, all with just 2 wins. We'll get to implications of those bottom 3 throughout the game here this evening. Also, 4 full games on the ice at the Winsport Arena. Switzerland taking on Korea on Sheet A. Sheet B, it's USA against Netherlands. Sweden takes on Germany. With a win, Sweden can get into the semifinals. And then Norway, Canada. 7-4 versus 7-4. Both teams coming off losing streaks. Norway has lost 3 in a row. Canada has lost 2. Norway's played today, but Jill, Canada has had 2 draws off after you can call it a collapse against Sweden to lose that game last night.
Yeah, and I think some teams may find that a benefit, and others may find that they would have preferred to just get back out here. But nonetheless, you have to find a way to approach it in a good way. And sometimes sitting around all day, you need to make sure that you're ready. You know, like that your brain is ready, your brain is activated, because it maybe hasn't been doing a whole lot all day, and making sure your body is warm and loose and ready to go. And you know, both teams here have to be ready to go for this game.
Yeah, it was a 7-1 start for Norway. They knew they had the top 6 teams along with them to play in their final 6 games. So they need to come out. 2 games remaining for them. They get Canada, then they get Scotland, but they can't look ahead. You got to win this one first to have a chance. Both sides. There's still a chance with a loss for either side, but there's a lot of different scenarios that can play out. The time at the hotel, you can't go and get out. You're stuck in the bubble, so there's no venturing out to get your mind off of it.
Yeah, and that's certainly a challenge probably at this time. Players are allowed to walk laps in the parking lot, but you know, getting outside and getting some fresh air, but still having to kill some time for Team Canada today. And yeah, they need to be ready to go here. Neither team wants to drop back to a 5th loss and question whether they'll make it in or what position they'll make it in at. So big game for both teams.
So they do the last stone draw, and that could be implication of whether you're in the playoffs or not. Canada will have the hammer to start, 47.6 centimeters compared to 55.5 of Norway. Both teams 7-4. Time to get this one underway, because we'll first look at the rules of play before we get going. 6 ends minimum must be played. 38 minutes of thinking time given, while 1 60-second timeout. Canada 2 losses yesterday. Norway's lost 3. They lost an extra end game with the hammer to RCF earlier today. They had the afternoon off. Back on the ice. So they'll try to rebound here in these final stages of round-robin play. So buckle up, get ready. Luke Coley here with Olympic and world champion Jill Officer. See, both these teams are familiar. Torger Nergard will be a guy that Norway will lean on the world experience, where Canada has the experience, not on the ice, but with their bench and their supporting cast. Of course, Coach Don Bartlett and alternate Mark Kennedy sort of lean on in this environment.
For sure, it's a new atmosphere here at the Worlds, and I mean, this year nobody can necessarily prepare for the bubble necessarily situation. Team Canada has actually been in, or half of them have been in the bubble since they won their nationals, so they've been here for about a month. You know, that can play a factor too. You know, I've heard the term bubble fatigue be used, and I mean, how long can you stand being at a hotel and an arena before you start kind of going a little bit stir crazy? So that's certainly a challenge, more so probably for Canada here in this situation, but certainly have the experience around them of what it's like to play at the Worlds, and for them to carry the maple leaf as Canada is such a
curling crazy.
Curling crazy, yes.
In a
I was
good
going
way.
to say a lot of depth in Canada, and it's a big deal here in Canada.
Well, all eyes have been trying to cheer them on from outside, making sure through all the social media and getting the messages to them. Seeing people sending things to the hotels. Words of encouragement.
Like you said, third on this Norway team, though. Torger Nergard is, you know, the experienced one, playing with Thomas Ulsrud for a number of years and a couple of Olympics and a World Championship in 2014, and they'll certainly be leaning on him for what it's like to play in these pressure situations.
So play around this center line guard to start things off. Neither side able to get in behind. Just a little flip underneath.
Good shot.
Nice shot.
Bottom on.
Okay, vent.
Marcus Hoiberg, 29-year-old.
Target.
7 times at the World Championship. Was the alternate in 2014 when Norway won their last World Championship. Been a few years. It was 2018 the last time Norway's made the playoffs, and that was Stefan Wallstedt himself.
Speed is a little heavier.
14.
A bit of a miscue already from Norway. An opportunity here for Canada to split the rings. Go to the side and sit two.
Light.
Line's good.
It doesn't look too bad.
Line's good. Keep it moving.
Line's good. Line's good. Just wait. Line
14. Very good, Brad. Very good. Good shot.
Just trying to get some separation there.
Good scrum.
That'll do.
Not surprised seeing a simpler start from the Canadian side, especially with the hammer.
Yeah, and you know, coming around the center guard is might seem like an aggressive call, I suppose, but you know, there's still always an opportunity for a blank sometimes. So, but with a miss by Norway, they had a 2 set up here, but a great roll.
Yeah, they're able to just sneak by that guard and roll across the house. Torger gets to do a little work.
Easy.
They'll make the stone go away, but there'll likely be a double back for Norway.
Weight's good.
Yeah. Whoa. Clean. Close. Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
Nice shot.
Avoids the jam. So line 2.
That's good.
Take it on one, no?
Yeah, very good.
Dobblarna PM.
So you rarely use the word legend of a player that's still playing, but Torgen Ergaard in his 13th World Championship, been curling for 41 years, has 6 World Championship medals, but will miss the double on his first shot of the game.
Yeah, wow, all those years playing with Thomas Ulsrud and Havard Vad Petersen, who is also here coaching the Swiss team, and Christopher Svei, and wow, they had a lot of fun,
Fun and success.
and success as well. And Torger obviously wanting to continue to play.
Never up, never up, never up. Never up.
Well, there's a miss from Darren Molding, trying to play the hit.
It's tricky.
Looks like Darren had a shave today.
He had some time. Figured let's reset and
Yeah, it was a good side.
they changed up the socks on a lucky run, or not a lucky socks. They got them on the run in the Canadian Championship. The joke was you got to get back to that here, try and end that losing streak.
Yep. And. Not play it.
We'll peel that one out. I don't think they were trying to play that cute.
Medium.
Okay.
So important for Darren to bounce back here. You know, that's not the way he would have wanted to start the first end of this game, and that miscue. So it'll be important for him to bounce back and have a good throw here and make this shot. Even though it's a simple takeout, it's important for him to have a good result here.
Good throw.
Darren in the post-game media Zoom call, he put a lot of that on himself yesterday. He just put on. He struggled in the back half of both games yesterday after starting really strong. So that'll be something to watch.
Thank you.
It worked out, so at least we can get a
Oh yeah.
blank.
Yeah. It was going to be hard. The best you could do was nose it.
Yeah, just
All good.
a little soft.
That was a good sweep of theirs.
Here, Darren
Marcus
saying
was
I
to
guess
get
he was a
past the
little
guard.
soft on the first one. So hopefully he's learned. Ice has been great here this week. Greg Owasco and team have put in a number of ice surfaces in this building in the last month and a half. This would be the 4th event here in the Calgary bubble.
Ballstead unable to hit and stick down that path now. See if they just rip the front or they try and come around.
On this side, yeah. I really like here.
You just might draw around it if it's too high.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, so
Fight the 4 foot.
yeah.
I think there's close. I gave Kark here and it wasn't close. He was a little wide, but
Okay.
top
Så
four.
fryse 8 fot i hvert fall. Halteren kanskje for 10-15. 10 maks, kanskje. Markus, exact same.
Kark just got into a bit of a wider track.
It might be just a touch heavier than your draw still, though.
Maybe a couple feet, yeah.
I gave it.
It'll be close.
Teams are referencing the draw speed based on what they threw in the pre-game practice for their draw to the button.
Line's a bit tight.
I'd rather.
Weight's good.
Little heavy.
Botcher's first shot here,
Straight.
first World Championship.
Straight.
Played in the World Juniors, World University Games.
We're hair heavy.
Gold at the World Juniors in 2012.
It's coming.
Clean.
Oh,
No. Sit.
No.
Good
Just
shot.
didn't want to go too deep with this one.
Real good.
Yeah, and that's good. Right,
Nice
almost biting the button and buried.
Perfect.
So Norway going to play the run back.
Yeah, but perfect.
yeah.
Force a pressure shot in this first
Real
end.
good.
Right. I mean, you have to make contact with this
Little-
Canada stone in the rings. Otherwise, it's a simple draw for 2 for Canada. And
Could stick this. It is his red Norway stone to run back.
Yeah, if he sticks it, it's a great shot. If they roll and leave an open hit for a blank, you have to make contact with the one in the house.
Real big sweep. Hoiberg
Moving.
will get nothing, and it'll open up the rings for an open draw for 2 for Botcher. Thought they liked it right away, and then it took that curl.
Well, and sometimes down the center line in the middle pass in the beginning of the game, it can be what the players might say is like fresh. It's like fresh pebble, because most of the teams will play that draw to the button path in the pregame practice, and so those draw to the button paths get very keened up, but the middle doesn't get used as much, so it's a little heavier down the middle and a little fresher path. And even on those big weight ones, you just see a little bit more movement in those first couple of ends, and maybe that's how Norway got caught. But big draw for 2 here for Canada.
Couldn't have read a better script to start this game off. A chance to draw for 2 into an empty set of rings other than your own stone.
Would have been right.
Pretty close. Yeah.
You hear a few applause from the Canadian staff there. National coach Jeff Stoughton and alternate Mark Kennedy trying to cheer them on from the crowd. Canada leading 2-0 after 1. So a 2-0 game, Canada leading Norway. Great start for the Canadian foursome that able to come back. This is their first game of the day. This is game number 2 for Norway, losing an extra end game in the morning. So look at it however you want. Which team's better? Is it better to have played that game but a loss, and you get out on the ice and you put those other games behind you? Can only control the one in front of you right now, and Norway now has the hammer.
You know, no matter what time of day your game or games are, or how long you've had off in between, you need to be ready, and you need to know what that means for you. All these individual players need to know what their best pregame routine is to make sure that they are clear-minded and ready to go.
So a 2-0 game, obviously. The other games have impact on this. Canada knows they need to win, but do you find yourself, in your experience, Jill, do you venture your eyes wander over to other games to see what's going on?
Sometimes. I'm not sure that I would quite at this point. It's not the last draw. Obviously, this has playoff implications, but this would be one where I would be solely focused on just trying to win this game in front of us. I think maybe tomorrow I would start to peek a little more at the other sheets, but also being aware that I would have to stay focused on our own game.
Magnus Vaberg hasn't been curling all that long, just for 7 years. But curling in the family lines. His uncle is the national coach, Paul Truelsen. Father, Lars Vaberg, who played third for Paul all those years in the 2002 Olympic gold medal victory. You can sense with body language a little bit. Canadian team, you wouldn't know that they came in. They seem a lot more relaxed in the last couple of games. And Norway seems a little bit tighter.
Yeah, and so far, you know, so far I'm noticing a little more or less tentativeness with the Canadian team.
Just a little touch on that one for Brad Thiessen.
So Norway will try to run this in.
Yep. Yep. Oh. Yep. Yep. Hard. Yep. Hard. I'll spin like this.
Well, knows it spins that one out of the 4-foot and 8-foot area.
Yeah, pretty good. It's that center line guard is creeping toward the corners a little bit. So if they need to run back again, they'll have to be mindful of not choking off or blocking off that draw around the corner.
You always want to try and utilize those corner guards when you put them up. Canada's trying to draw their attention to the center.
Good shot. Real good.
So just hooking a little bit behind the guard there, which pretty much forces Norway to have to play this run back again. So as I mentioned, needing to watch the shooter, don't want to choke off that corner guard draw pass.
Another run back here, and we'll kick that one. Stay in the rings on the side of the 12-foot.
Yeah, and second shot too. I think it did peek out the other side. Canada might be able to see it, but switching up the shot at least for Canada. Now you see that tight corner guard and the center guard are now staggered. So again, having to be careful about where they're leaving that run back.
Thomas Levold, longtime coach with Norway and working with this program for many years. Paul Truelsen in behind. Thiessen and Martin on this one. But they're not going to get by, so it was good enough.
Huh? You did. Okay.
Trying to get cute to chip that one over.
Yeah, you know, like sometimes, especially in the first few ends of the game and having not played out this wide, you don't want to be too cute. Sometimes it's easier just to peel it out, and especially when Canada was already sitting 2.
Don Bartlett in behind. Of course, each team on opposite ends of the sheet. A lot easier to talk to strategy and discussions without the other team there.
Yeah, no whispering needed. It's an opportunity here for Norway to make this run back again and actually stick it.
Well, close. And rolls it a little bit the way their shooter rolled off to lie 2.
Easy.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to watch how Darren Molden goes about. Obviously, the pressure he put on himself yesterday with the struggles and an early miss in this game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Weight's good.
Yeah.
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 Hard. Close.
Hard. Hard.
Roll it! Hard!
Trying to get the roll.
Good shot.
Beauty. Real close.
Yeah, good shot. They didn't quite roll it enough, so it'll give Norway an opportunity to roll back behind their corners. See it there, they could probably see about a quarter rock, maybe a little more.
This was fine. He just never quite got out to me. The second one was right at me and clean. So it was good.
You hear Brendan trying to give some reinforcement to Darren on, you know, on the throws that he's had.
Trying to get by the front, and it looks like it just caught the back edge of it.
Just feather ticked it. Boy, that really finished off the line. It looked good, and
Now it's fully buried.
yeah, just ticked it behind. And
Barely even see it touch it. It just straightened it up ever so slightly.
Ja, då är det gott.
Just that little touch.
so Canada will go back out to the wing. Yeah, and frustration for Dorger. He knows that was a missed opportunity. Now Canada has a chance to sit three and bring the force back into play.
Yeah, let's make.
It's hard for us to take everything away, but I think he's drawing through the hole.
Yeah.
The depth is going to be great, so I think we make it good.
Yeah.
Medium.
Clean.
Weight's good.
Yep. Yeah. Clean.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, they want to make this one good, get a good roll.
Good. Perfect. That's great. Good shot.
Pretty good.
So Canada lies 3. Swings back and forth. That's when Norway looked like they had a chance to lie 2.
Yeah, a couple of misses on both sides early here, leaving some little openings. So again, Norway looking at the run back.
Well, in preference to these, surprised not trying to play in the rings or even just a straight draw, knowing he might have to on his last.
Yeah, I mean, he could play the, well, it's pretty tricky to get through that middle hole, but he could draw there and even be back forefoot by biting the back forefoot. You know, it seems to move off the line. Could play an out-turn tap and roll behind the corners. Again, if you don't make contact with the one in the house, you're kind of in trouble again.
Whoa.
No, we'll catch it. Just barely to move it off. Overswept that early.
That's the problem with sometimes playing run backs on Skips Rocks.
Yeah, the result could have been really great, but the miss is off. Leaves him in an awful spot to try and score.
Yeah, like I said, that's the second in a row now. You have to make contact in that. I mean, he made contact, but you have to make contact and stick around and remove something.
What's his shot right now? What's his shot?
And that's the thing. Now, what's he going to have? He might have another run back, but again, having to stick it.
I like this. If you go like 3/4 low, this draw's not there. Right? Like withdraw weight. If you just were to roll to there and bump that to here.
If we kind of just freeze on the inside, this draw's getting real tight.
Then he's got to go the other way.
Then he's got to go this way.
Yeah.
Right? So
He could run out of forefoot too when he gets through the hole.
We can bump it 1 foot.
Maybe we bump it on the nose.
Yeah. 3/4 high, bump it a foot.
Okay.
Yeah.
you like this?
I do like this.
Okay.
So you heard the
got it, buddy.
explanation. This in-turn across the middle
Let's
that
go.
I talked about as a potential shot for Stefan on his first shot, it
wanna
is
take a look
tricky
at it
because
from
those
down
guards
here,
are
but-
staggered. So why not force him to try to try to make that shot for one. He may not even attempt it. He may actually attempt the red guard just off the center line on the right. He could just tap that to the forefoot.
Yeah, it'll be
But no shot is going to be easy for him, and it's going to be against 4.
I like it. Let's go.
Coming out of the gates flying in this one, Team Canada, Brendan Botcher, chance to sit 4. And they want to put the pressure on Norway. Don't want to let off the gas pedal.
Back 4.
Yeah.
Back 4.
Okay, go then. Yeah.
Go, T.
Yeah. Hard.
Hard.
Line's good.
Tapping it for sure.
Whoa.
Probably max.
Curl.
Max.
No, nothing.
They want to try and get to the nose, maybe hair inside.
Good. Nice shot.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Good.
Overswept it a little more than they wanted, but they couldn't rack on the guard. And
If we manage it,
I think they felt like that spot really
better,
curls.
Yeah.
It was close.
Yeah. Good shot.
For a guess on the
That?
line, right?
Ja, min var vant, og den kørte litt når kryssa linja.
Ja.
There's a couple different ways you can make this. You could come off either one of those yellows if you have the right
Jeg
weight.
tror jeg får 4 fot like
Yeah, with the out turn across, which I think is what they're playing,
Jeg
and
får 4 fot.
making sure that he has enough weight to rub off of there. Obviously not too much, but you throw back button or so is probably fine. The sweepers can also manage it if they have to rub off of there.
I thought we would get a bit of a hook at the end.
Good. Pretty good.
Big shot here for Wallstad.
Facing 4, trying to keep yourself in this game early.
Bra linjetre.
Nære. Heng på garden.
Vente.
Vente.
So it'd be important to communicate about the speed and the line on this to get it right.
Linja nærmer seg, men må prøve.
Bare fart. Ja.
Had to wait for it to make that move. Now they need the forefoot. Right down to the corner. Great shot for Wallstad, keeps Norway in it, gets on the board. 2-1.
We knew.
We're here for you, man.
Well, some chuckles from both teams, so both teams fairly loose in this one. 2-1, Canada leads after 2 ends. Well, the third end, our feature game, Canada-Norway, both teams coming in with 4 losses. The BKT Tires and OK Tire World Men's Curling Championship. Luke Coley with Jill Officer here inside the Winsport Arena. We're on sheet D, and Norway, Stefan Wallstad needed to make that shot and keep his team in the game. A steal would have made it a long way back, especially a too early by Canada.
Yeah, they really needed that shot. A couple of missed runbacks in the first couple of ends by Stefan, and put them in some trouble. So they really needed that draw last end.
Coming in, both these teams, if the playoffs started right now, would be in as the 5 and 6 seeds. But obviously one team's going to drop to 5 losses, and Switzerland likes that because they come in at 6 and 5. Switzerland has to win out, and they have a chance to get into this mix of the top 6. So centerline guard, and a different approach now for Team Canada.
Yeah, going to the open side here. They are up one with last stone, so Norway here wanting to maybe just force them to a single. So they're going to try to keep the play in the middle here. But if you saw that, it looked like
pick something in the hand.
In the hand. So sometimes a player will almost shake it. Like, no, they obviously can't lift it, but if they shake it, they can sometimes loosen whatever the debris is there, and then release it with a little bit of extra rotation, so that if there is still some debris under there,
that's fabulous. Like,
that's a really good result for having it do that in his hand.
The release it didn't seem like it even changed his slide. He just spun it with his wrist, got it back, and then still made his, maybe not the come around, but they leave it tight to the rings. Could prove to be a big stone in this end.
Should be there. Should be there.
Yeah, like I said, they want to bring the play to the middle, so that's actually a really good spot. And seeing Canada go around here, and that's kind of what Norway wants, but they got to get by.
When it did, it looks like it did spin and catch that top one.
It almost did look like it feathered it, but still well
out the other side.
Yeah. Almost out the other side of the tight guard. Great curl in this ice. This looks light.
Put another guard out in front, so advantage Canada, who lies 2.
I mean, Norway wants some guards out front here, but that's a big miss. They needed to get right in there and cut down this scoring area for Canada.
Top 8.
Top 8.
Top 8. Top 4. Should curl.
Yeah.
And this seems a very confident call and aggressive. Let's go in behind.
There.
I thought it was
Line's
there.
good.
Yeah.
Stay
It's
close.
there right now.
Line's good.
Weight's good.
Top 8.
Yeah, top 4.
Line's good.
Weight's still good.
Close.
The weight comes off when it takes that curl.
Whoa.
Little warm.
We're right beside.
Well, it's top 4.
Needs to die.
Sit. It's pretty good.
That's not bad.
Just a little chop off, so it leaves a bit of a pocket there if Norway wanted to draw in there, which is what they're going to do. They looked at briefly at maybe running something back, but they would really like to keep this scoring area small for Canada. Swooping in there, boy, this really is curling here on this outturn.
So it's right in front. It is Canada lying 2.
Rip it all.
Look at it go there, just sideways. Actually bounces off the other one, and
You rip that high, you don't think you get all 3? We got this kicker out here.
Except any rips hitting that tight one.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Okay.
Top 8.
Okay.
a little bit of discussion
top
about
4 last
maybe
time.
playing the peel, and
Yeah, this here.
they would like to get rid of that tight one, but depending on how you hit those top ones, if you ever run that tight one back into the pile in the house,
Top 12, top 8.
Weight's good.
hard to know what would happen.
Yeah, and looking at the angles, they want to try and put this and keep the angles in their favor in the house.
Line's good.
Line's okay. Line's good. Line's good just for weight.
Just for weight. Line's good.
Line's
Get
really
in here.
good.
We're there.
Whoa. Great
Nice
shot.
shot.
Very good.
Good pair,
And, you know,
Brad.
by doing that, doing this as well, Canada had the advantage. They were sitting pretty much behind cover, and as much as Norway came in there, this is still advantage Canada. So at this point, you know, going around the guard, it's like, well, Norway's the one that's going to have to make a move to try to figure out how to cut this down for Canada.
And into third stones already, so Torger Nergard
Litt tight.
needs to get one right on top.
Litt tight. 6. OK, 4. Ja, de er 6. Den er grei. De er 6, 7, 6, 7, 7. Japp.
And there it goes. Look at his curl. This spot is really
They
moving.
got to hold to get it by that tight one. But to the inside.
The best shot is this.
That's what I'm seeing too, yeah.
Back line.
See a little bit of that red and, or pardon me, the
Try to hit
yellow.
about a third. With back line, it won't go far.
Okay.
Wanting to just tap it in so that Norway can't use it for anything, but wanting to make sure they roll their shooter out of there. They don't want to leave it there for an opportunity for Norway to play a hit and roll or a double of some sort.
Wait's good. Wait's good.
Hard. Yep.
Wait's good.
Whoa.
Wait, we're just back line.
One to catch this one thin.
Really gotta go on the shooter. Really gotta go on the shooter.
Watch where the shooter goes. They got to get it out of there.
Great shot. Very good.
Yeah, pretty good. Rolled just far enough, I think.
Great sweeping.
Didn't look like it was going to roll very far away. Looked like there might be that in-off, but spin that one off to the side.
I knew I was down just a hair. It's probably back 12.
Great shot.
Big sigh of relief to
Få den hit.
Darren to make a good one.
Ja. Liker det.
Eller så må vi kjappe der, men det...
Nei, men jeg liker det. Få noen inngangsvinkler.
Eller så er det... Hvor går det her, da? Går ikke det ganske rett ned der, da?
Jo, det kan hende at du får til noe bra der.
Just taking a look at these angles of these rocks
Hvis du
out
prøver å
front,
nøtte den på rekka,
whether or not they can
da forsvinner den.
run something back into the
Du
pile.
kan gå så hardt hvis du ikke vil, da. Du må da kanskje ha litt fart, kanskje?
Ja, kanskje vi vil at det skal ligge igjen en klynge der.
Ja, det gjør det jo. Det ligger jo en noe her.
Ja,
I hvert fall en. Vi må treffe bare hårhøyt, tror jeg.
ja med 8 eller noe.
Altså, jeg kan kanskje like gjerne spille pil, jeg vet ikke. Det er vel omtrent det samme for meg, da.
Jeg liker det kålet her, Torger. Hvis du gjør noe sånt.
Ja, men det er bare, da kan hende vi ødelegger den. Kanskje nå vi har sjansen til å spille den der, da. Ser ut som han ligger rett på.
Ja. OK.
Dette liker jeg ikke.
Ja, hvis du tror på det, da.
Ja, jeg synes begge er gode løsninger.
Torger looking at the angles as well. He actually, long time is third at the Worlds, but actually skipped one year with Thomas Olsrud unable to attend. Went on to skip that team to a silver medal. So he knows the angles as well.
Ok. Jeg ser ikke hele, bare så du vet det.
So actually putting the intern tap on that tight,
Ja, jeg tror også jeg klarer det, men
Red
det må gå
guard.
ganske tight, tror jeg.
OK.
trying to get, I think, to the nose and
Ser veldig mye ut, Stefan.
red, get that one yellow out of there and leave their shooter up front.
Litt mindre.
That one yellow at the top of the 8-foot is actually what's hurting them right now from getting at those other yellow stones. So
This could leave him and it's a little off. Keep a couple options he could run in on both sides.
yeah, or even just a red combo on the one side. This is really curling though.
Trying to get by the front. And they won't. Now just hopefully for them it can roll to something they can use.
Det hjalp litt allikevel, faktisk. Vi garda den. Vi garda den.
Ja.
And now actually moves that guard over the guard on in the middle on the left. You know, kind of
really,
moves it over to
Is that really great for him? Like,
even, to me, give an opportunity for Canada to draw a third one in there under cover. But they're also looking at what they're leaving for Norway right now. Norway still has that tap on the tight one that Torger just tried to play.
His best shot is this.
yeah.
But I suppose you could take it away by rolling right into this red one. Throwing.
Yeah.
Good easy and spinning it in here.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I'd hate to line it up though and make it easier.
Yeah.
Probably a good point.
Yeah, I
Darren
agree
heading
with
down
you.
to take, was heading down.
Even if he plays that, he's still not getting the back one.
Do we just play this draw?
I was wondering about playing this draw.
This
Put another-
draw?
Yeah, put another one in there.
That's pretty good.
We're gonna be fighting this rock.
It's just, he can only get the top one.
You can only get one of them, and it'll be wide open, right?
You're right. You're right.
So if we get another, yeah,
So a second look there for
top
Brendan. and-
four.
I was worried about that one, but
T-line.
Okay,
Yeah, T.
Just bite the T-line.
okay.
I
Have
like
a
this
little
call. This
more?
was my first thought.
14.
Wrap another one in there.
13-7 maybe out here. 14's close.
Still going to take a couple of shots from Norway to. They're just going to be playing the elimination game, I think,
Little heavy,
almost
right?
at this
Little
point.
heavy.
Hard line.
Heavy right now.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa.
just been behind the 8 ball this
Line's good.
entire end, missing that early
Line's
come
good.
around.
Line's great.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh. It's gotta sit.
No.
Just back 4 foot,
Sit.
worst spot to go.
Wow, that really came
That'll
down.
play. That's not a bad shot.
No broom and just come off the hill. It's a little deep.
Yeah, we can come
Shoot.
off.
Just deep, hair deep.
Yep.
Probably better if that was top
So
4 foot than
close.
back 4 foot.
This is a good guess.
Yeah, and really they could have maybe even swept it right out of there, but I think it was hard to judge because I think the sweepers were hoping that it was going to come down without having a broom on it. But this does leave a double opportunity for Norway. You know, that was the only risk with playing this shot, is that by going deep, it leaves something for Norway, whereas prior to Darren throwing, there wasn't a whole lot other than off of that red, which was quite hard. If he hits this thick enough, he could actually spin it up to be shot rock.
Pivotal moment in the game. Could be a big swing if Volstead can make this double.
Yeah. 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 Whoa.
Well, they like it pretty close. Make the double. Just slides back ever so slightly.
Yeah, they almost need to call it on the thicker side just so that they could get that, even if they didn't get rid of that yellow one, it was the only chance that they were really going to have to get shot rock. So hitting it a little thicker would have been better. It would have spun up a little bit. Still pretty good, better than it was, but Canada still sitting shot rock.
Yeah, long lineup of those stones right in the along the center line.
Shot you just played this way and tapped.
Okay.
Yeah.
Second one down should be a titch
Yeah,
better.
it should be a hair better, but still not.
Again, anywhere but deep.
Yeah, I mean, this
Line's
time
good,
they have that
straight.
red one there to help them out, that if
Yep.
they do come
Hard line.
maybe just a touch deep,
Wait
as long
only.
as the
Hard
line
line.
is okay,
Hard
that
line.
red
Yeah.
one is
Hard
there.
Hard lines.
And now that yellow one on the other side isn't there to use for Norway.
Room, curl.
Line's real good. Line's real good. Just get it there.
Curl, button. Piece of the button. Hard.
Trying to get in for a second shot. Just shy of that, but again,
It's a good
that's
shot.
better than being on the other side of the 4 foot.
Attaboy. Real nice.
Yeah, pretty good.
Great shot, bud. I like it.
You just see the Carrick Martin just leaning on the broom and swivels around just to try to get a bit of finish out of this too, so that they can catch at the edge of the button.
Tappen altså for 3.
You see, now that's what I was talking about, is now that red one's at the back of the button, for Norway to come down and try to tap this, they have to get to the nose. I don't know why they would.
Steffen, vil du ha den veien?
They're just taking it away, throwing a guard.
Yeah, I think that they're maybe just taking away that tap. Yeah, going across the middle, playing the guard across the middle, just because it curls so much, you almost can't take enough ice with the other turn. So trying to block this off so that Canada doesn't have the tap.
Ja, og køle som dere ser. Må bare mate på, Markus. 2. Hvor lang er vi?
Oh, they got this one to come off the center line.
Kjør på. Kjør på.
Yeah, this has to, they need to finish this, and it is. It's curling.
Definitely takes away that side. Now, what is there off this side? Red. Just a thin redirect.
Thin third. Okay. Peel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, yes, just a redirect, trying to use their shooter thin off of this red one and have the shooter come into the
Give me
house
just a little more.
to remove that red one at the back of the forefoot.
Well, that's the angle they're looking at to get that one. That is second shot. Chance at a big end for Brendan Botcher.
Yeah! Hard!
Last of the third for Team Canada.
Okay.
And they won't get it. They'll
fine.
end up nosing that one.
One yellow.
And it'll be a single point for all that. It looked like they had Norway on the ropes, but only score a 1.
Just a slide.
Yeah, just never got.
First. Well, 3-1's the score here. Canada leading Norway, both teams at 7-4. This is session 23 of 23 round-robin sessions. Doesn't seem like we've been through 20 already. Once you get into the curling, it's been flowing pretty quickly throughout the week. I'm sure the players are tired. A long round-robin. This is game number 12 for both of these teams. If you're Norway, I think you have to be happy that you're down just 2 playing this fourth end. Haven't played very well in the start of this game, and they're going to have to pick it up. They want to try and make it into the playoffs. A win here doesn't guarantee either of these teams get into the top 6, but
it certainly helps.
Yes, especially Norway, knowing in the back of their mind that they got to still play Scotland tomorrow. You can see a sliver of that stone in the rings.
So Norway not going too crazy here yet. They could draw around that corner and be shot because of that Canada stone only biting the 8-foot.
Trying to get this one to curl as much as possible. Chip it and keep the shooter. Brad Thiessen, 86%. Once the nose hit.
Good.
Now Norway will try to roll, use their corner guard and roll underneath.
83% for Marcus Hoiberg. Longtime third with Stefan, and steps down to the second with, for a little bit, was Thomas Ulsrud with the team, and now Torger Nergard. Just a little too much roll out in the open.
Okay. The best would be as if we could roll back.
Okay. A little buried. There's a bit of curl here.
So they played a similar spot here a couple of ends ago and have an idea. And that's why I think they feel that they can play a softer weight like hack, so that, and wanting to get to the inside and roll it back to the middle. We saw Darren over curl here a couple of ends ago, so they have a, and then he threw it again, so they have an idea of what this spot does.
Clean.
Nice.
Good shot.
Good.
So right to the nose will lie two.
Pretty much hack when we got down here.
Doesn't take much. We've seen swings in this game. Make one shot and you can set yourself up to try and get your deuce.
It's being able to take advantage of those opportunities when your opposition gives them to you.
Trying to freeze to it and comes up well short, so another guard. Just
15.
Some struggles in the middle of the lineup. Haven't left Valsad a whole lot.
If anything, we want to shade this way.
Yeah, 14-5.
14 and a quarter.
Well, 82% for Darren Moulding this week. It's been a roller coaster for Darren. Even within games, good starts. Trying to put his best foot forward in these final few round robin games.
You got it, girl.
See Brad Thiessen there just turning to try to get that same broom head angle as Cara.
Nice.
Just to get the extra finish.
Yeah. Woo, that was way out.
Talking about that late finish that we're seeing on the ice surface right now. And Torger was 78%. No surprising seeing his numbers down.
Needing to get this by here.
Well, that's 2 or 3 now in this game that Torger's had. The only positive, it opens the center lineup.
Well, yeah, they're gonna need to have a way to get in there.
Was I way back on that last one?
I thought you were to me and back.
Okay. Same lines.
So is he saying to the broom and then on release?
Yes, the sliding to the broom, and then on release was set it back the last time. which typically, you know, putting it back a hair on ice that's curling like this will actually help you. It can sometimes be an advantage. It's certainly better than the alternative of turning it in, because then you just don't even have a chance.
Whoa, it's all there.
Techniques curl.
Even with these sweepers.
That's a good shot.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and using the different techniques, we saw it, we'll point to it when we see it again, the backward sweeps to try and get the extra work.
I don't know. King.
Samme is som sist. Det mer is enn sist?
Ja, du hadde vel her I stad.
This one even less open for Torgeir Nergard.
Hard.
Out of his hand already, sounding tight. Can't afford to be on this guard again.
Ja.
This line looks a little better this time.
Try and roll it in front to the other one. Quite the big roll, but it's shot stone.
Easy.
Forcing Canada to come after them as opposed to being chasing.
Under 1 inch.
Easy.
%84 for Brendan Botcher. In his first World Championship.
Wait, good.
Want the nose? Or are they looking for the roll?
Yeah, if they could get a little bit of an inside roll. They won't be able to roll right underneath. They don't might be close.
Okay, that's good.
Nose is fine.
So it is to lie 3.
Helt borte, eller? Har du den? Kommer herfra.
Good throw, bud.
All good.
Den går naturlig.
Ja. Jeg klarer å rulle bort den, men
Ja.
spesielt, ja, kanskje det.
Du, ja.
Like I was just, I thought.
Fint.
Ja.
Legg opp pil og prøve å rulle bort til corneren.
Ideally, we roll right under.
So throwing peel, maybe trying to make the double and trying to roll
His
right
roll
across
here
to the other side of
To
the...
be buried and shot, like if you shot, you should be able to chase him.
Yeah.
Right? Because to get totally buried, he's into the 12-foot.
So he wants to hit and roll to the right side of your picture now.
Yes, over behind those corner guards. So he's throwing lots of weight to try to hit it thicker so that and still get the action across to the other side.
Volstead lower numbers in the second half of these games. Played great earlier today. Misses the double. And underneath,
Bra satt, Steffen.
worst case result, rolling right out of the rings.
Yeah, I don't know if they were worried about the double, but the roll was the important thing there. And you see, they just missed the back one, and then underneath the other one.
Yeah, nose probably better. Forcing, at least it's still in there now. Canada can put this where they want it, behind the center.
You got it.
Speed's still pretty good.
Yeah. Draw the bender a couple feet slower. 14-2.
Straight.
Oh, the hair light?
Yep. Straight.
A little bit. Line's good.
Line's good. Bit tight.
Line's pretty
Line's
good.
good.
Gotta go.
So, line's real good.
Line's real good, guys.
Top 8.
Okay, fight 4. Fight 4.
Fight 4.
Line's perfect.
Line's real good.
Line's perfect.
Line's good.
Just go.
Just go for weight.
Just go. Gotta go.
Hard. Hard.
Trying to
Straight.
bite 4 foot.
That's a good shot. Great brush.
They're into lie 3.
Good scrub. Good.
Good shot.
Still a little bit open and enough
It's real
that,
nice.
Sneaky.
Den er ikke lett, den der,
that
altså, Steffen.
Norway can
Sikker
play
på
at
det?
it.
Ja, først er jeg tanken min, og så har jeg spilt den 2 ganger.
Ok. Ja, du spiller bakkant på det, da, eller? Du ser mindre enn det jeg gjorde, tror jeg. Altså.
Bra da.
Could just draw too, yeah, and that's what he'll choose to do.
Så hele veien.
That hit is so difficult because you chase after it, you touch the guard, it's a steal of 3.
And you know, the way the ice is moving though too, that I wouldn't like. I mean, the draw is probably the simpler of the 2 shots, but they'll certainly have to watch the line here because it's really moving to the middle. And if they get to that break point, it really starts to move. They just need to watch that and the speed.
Ja, 15 blank på, men det maksa hele veien da. Ja, jeg tror det sikter på litt under 14,5 meter. Ja. Okay.
Another big shot here for Stefan Wallstad.
Again, another shot, try and keep his team in this game. The last of the 4th. Need a piece of the forefoot, facing 3.
Sweeper's backing off of this one a little bit.
Has to catch that curl.
And Darren Molding's gonna try to take it back, see how far he can get it. Just for 1.
Yeah,
So a steal of 1 there for the Canadians.
1 yellow.
Pressure on, another point to Canada and a 4-1 lead. Norway just hanging on, trailing by 3, heading to the 5th end.
13-5, eller?
Well, the first steal of the game goes in that 4th end for Team Canada. Now a 4-1 lead, but has had full control of this game right from the onset. And a must-win game for both sides, coming in at 7 and 4. Let's look at all the other scores as well here in session 21. Switzerland leading Korea 3-1, pardon me, in the 5th end. USA, Netherlands 3-3 in the 5th. Sweden 3-2 over Germany. The 5th end, of course, our game 4-1. But playoff teams in each game going on right now. I should say playoff team. Switzerland hoping to be a playoff team. Right now on the outside looking in, coming in at the 7th seed at 6-5. With a win, they'll tie whoever loses this game this evening with that same record. So Jill, now at this point, do we see a change from Norway? Do they try and alter their game plan a little bit? They've been a lot more hits than the draw game.
Yeah, they might want to try to be a touch more aggressive to just really make sure that they're generating, that they're able to be in a situation to generate some points, but they also need to execute those shots that are called, and we're not quite seeing full execution through the lineup. So you'll see them put up the second corner guard here again.
Vi er nære. Ja, vi er dit i hvert fall. Nesten så vi er inn, faktisk.
I don't really want to be in here.
Vi er inn, tror jeg.
Well, if it is, you want to make sure it's buried. But it looks like Right close to the rings.
Out.
Just out.
Brendan confirms that for us.
I'd say 13-8 here.
And so they 5-rock free guard zone. They are unable to try to play at that.
You can see outside of the ring, so can't be removed for at least one more stone.
Line's good.
Whoa. Weight's good.
Easy.
Weight's good.
Line's good.
We're T.
Line's good.
Just trying to come around everything here.
You
Don't want to
need
be deep.
It would always be car X if anything.
It's tough. You see so much room on these, but then that late finish.
Nice shot.
Got to make sure you get out far enough to be able to hold for that late finish. So facing a couple important here in this end, Norway to really work hard, try and get your 2. Well, gets them all going, moves it to the other side, so a couple of corners on one side, one on the other. Canada line 2. They got caught against Sweden yesterday, leaving up multiple corners.
Okay. That's pretty good.
Yes, I think, being 3 up, I think you start peeling a couple of, especially lane 2 in the house. Not really facing any trouble in the rings at this point.
Yeah. Hard.
Well, trying to hold this, they want to remove it. Listen, without touching their own, they get away with it.
I think they were actually trying to roll back to the middle as a guard. That's why you saw the little bit quieter weight and playing it on the inside. Fortunate to have Darren hold it there, and they can at least peel it off. Playing the double, I think, here. I would almost be tempted to hit the one in the middle and try to roll a little bit toward these corners, but
Make the double and sit just at one. It's a great shot, but result still, depending on what Canada does, may not get to use the corner.
well, and if you're not going to ignore a Canada stone at some point, you're not necessarily going to generate your points here. So even if Canada noses this, I really think Norway needs to go around their corners.
Hard.
Yep.
Clean.
Weight's
Clean.
good. Weight's
Clean.
good. Whoa.
Clean.
Whoa.
Curl.
Curl. Clean. Clean.
Curl.
Clean.
Whoa.
Good.
Great shot.
There you go, Joe. You thought they needed to, and it's less risk. It's a little bit safer come around.
Yeah, it is.
See the movement. Actually, leave it and we'll touch that one. Do they chip it in?
Yeah, it looks like it to me.
I don't know if they were.
Oh, all right.
They didn't panic about it, so they must have been maybe trying to play
Weight
the split.
seemed okay that they would have been around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even more.
Yeah.
Still don't think it doesn't look in from this angle.
Sure.
Brendan taking another look because
The rings would have to be off by a 1/4 inch.
They aren't. If anything, they're the other way.
Yeah. Easy.
Yeah.
well, Darren an ice maker himself, so he would know.
and all the rings are pretty accurate these days. You know, maybe 15, 20 years ago there was a little more room for error, but
Or in a curling club.
Yes.
Great shot. Great roll.
It rolls back
Great
to the
roll,
middle.
too, buddy.
So without getting that one in,
so if anything, the rings are a bit big.
look at that one.
Får vi ikke dobbelen da?
Torgrim?
Nei, det er ikke så mange der nå eller neste vi må doble på da. Vi må doble nå.
Yeah, I still think they really got to get something behind that corner guard. They got to.
Vi kan doble.
I mean, if they just roll in front of the
Vi kan doble hvis du vil ha.
other yellow one, then you know, Brendan will probably just blast it. Maybe it would give him an opportunity to go around the corner, but I think this is the time to try to make the roll.
Yeah.
I think they're playing the double.
Trying to make this. We'll go over the top. Is this a sense where Skip is knowing he's had a lot to face already and playing a lot more hits, even though you're down by 3 points?
Yeah, it could be, and maybe looking to try again next end to get their rocks in a better place. And you see Stefan there kind of telling Torger he's just kind of been tight on all those interns today. He's overcurled on a few of them, so Stefan just explaining to him that maybe that's what's happening.
That's pretty good, but I like your first call.
release.
I like this shot.
He has to make it perfect.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that too.
I actually like being a little closer to the middle, then that rock gets in the way a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll see if they have to take a risk, that being Norway with the hammer to try and score 2. Play a hit and roll, ignore one of those.
Do you agree with my assessment?
And like you said, Luke, it could be a matter of realizing that your team hasn't been sharp yet and you don't want to skip yourself into too much trouble. You want to leave yourself some sort of shot, because Stefan has had to make a few last rock shots already just to keep this game a little closer. But, you know, I guess they'll try again next end and try to get their rocks in better places to actually get something better set up.
Weight only, back 4. We're straight.
Weight's good.
Line's
Always straight.
Easy.
Weight's good.
Line's good.
Always straight.
Weight's good.
Line's
Back
good.
4.
Back 4.
Yeah,
Line's
gotta go.
good. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Gotta go. Go. Yeah, come on.
Sweep the weight.
Get
The
it back.
line's always
Straight,
good.
straight.
Right here.
Line's good.
Weight's good. Very good. Nice shot.
Good.
Nice.
Good.
Real good.
Så kan vi kjappe her og så ta telling for den måling for den her etterpå da.
Maybe they're thinking it's in, but Canada seemed convinced that was out.
Du ser nærme her.
It really looks out from our vantage point, of course, but
They ever think of freezing that one that just thrown, and if you stagger it a little bit, they blast and might kick it behind the corner?
Men jeg mener, hvis du gjør den der da, så drar han der, så får du ikke blanka uansett. Sannsynlig så blir det
I
fortsatt.
actually don't mind them playing the hit and
den, og
roll
så
here off
Kjapper
this
der, og så
back
får du
one.
dobbelen der etterpå for kanskje 2.
They could play the hit and roll in front.
Vanlig der.
Look at that one.
I mean, especially if they think that's in. If they play a hit and roll here, Canada would have to freeze, but if they ever chopped off the freeze, maybe they have a double.
Jeg tror egentlig ikke det, men det er liksom en liten gamble. Det ser ut som en bit hvis du legger god vilje til. Hvis du kjapper den her, fordi at hvis du slasher og han drar rundt, så er sports uansett kjappe oss nær, så gjør oss dobbelen, og så måler oss på 2. Ja, ikke? Vanlig der. Ja.
Now trying this hit and roll. Valstad's first.
Vanlig.
10!
Rent.
10 blank!
Rent.
9-5.
I think they're actually playing either the nose or the roll the other way.
Ja.
Ja.
Hardt.
I really wish I understood Norwegian.
So right on the nose is where they go, right on the side of the logo.
So I guess hoping that
If he wants
Canada,
double for one, let him.
yeah, like that Canada
I'd say no, so let him make it. It's a force.
hits this
Easy.
and that Norway can play the double.
Nose isn't bad, but you'd like to.
Gotta roll it.
Easy, right on the nose.
Yeah, roll it like a hair mine if we can. Just a hair mine.
Keeps going back to that one red stone,
That goes half around.
sort of changing.
Sure. Yeah, like if we rolled to
How they
split
play
the
it.
center line, we'd be happy, right?
That's right. Yeah, nose are like 6 inches.
Easy.
Yep. Yeah, gotta go. Gotta go, Brad.
Weight's solid.
Hard.
No, weight's good. Weight's good. Hurt. Never up, never up, never up.
Really staying on this, knowing it'll curl.
Real nice.
Nice.
Playing this leads me to think that they think that stone is in.
Good.
I agree. Or they're at least willing to measure, and really they're kind of forced here. I mean, I guess they could play this double thick up and have their shooter spin up over the top to try to blanket. I think priority here is to make the double.
Spørsmålet hvis det stopper der.
Skal vi la gudene bestemme?
No, this is not easy.
Ja. Så den er bra.
Well, Stefan Valsted's kept it open to the center line. Has these two Canadian counters he's trying to get rid of. His last of the fifth end.
Magnus! Magnus!
Trying to catch it thin, make the double, but will carry him through. Might they get
That's
a blank
another way
out
to
of it?
make a blank.
Here, we might as well put a stick on it. Yeah. Might as well see anyway.
So we'll find out. They all thought, at least the Canadian side thought it was out.
Now
Looking from here,
I gotta
it's
see.
out. I think it's out.
I gotta see
Now
now.
Norway says it's out.
Now you think it's
I thought it was out the whole
Actually, guys, I don't know. I think it might
I
be
didn't
in.
even hope for it. Didn't even hope for it.
Is that a regulation size stone?
If he makes the double and sticks,
I
then
think it's out.
Norway's saying it's in. Now they say it's out.
Yeah.
And it is out just by that little margin. So it'll go down as a blank. Valstad playing that all along, right?
That's what I'll tell you now.
So we'll head to the fifth end break. It'll remain a 4-1 Canadian lead. So the update to all the other games here in session 21. Switzerland leading Korea 3-2. An important game. Switzerland needs to keep winning and needs some help with 5 losses. USA leading 5-3 over Netherlands as they're in their 5th and break. The US at 8-3 controls their destiny, while Sweden 4-2 up on Germany in their 5th end break, heading to 6. Of course, our feature game, Canada taking on Norway. Canada leading 4-1 in this matchup. Norway keeps the hammer. And here are the stats through 5 ends. A 4-1 Canadian lead, but big advantage. Canada 86 to 66% total percentage, 90 to 76 as far as the draws, and hit percentage both sides a little bit down. 79% for Canada, 57 for Norway. Stolen point and a 4-1 game halfway through. Well, the second half of this game will get underway. The BKT Tires and OK Tire World Men's Curling Championship 2021. Thanks for tuning in. It's been fun all week long. We still have a couple of sessions before the playoffs begin. And that'll be down to the final 6 to determine who will be the world champ in 2021. It's been 2 years since we've crowned a champion. So Nicholas Edin has been holding that title for a while.
Two-time defending champ.
Two-time defending, and has an extra year in one of those. Much rather be playing in the World Championship last year that were scheduled to be in Scotland. This year they're scheduled to be in Canada's nation's capital in Ottawa. Now have come to Calgary. Luke Collier with Jill Officer. And Norway got that blank. It really changed in that 5th end. It was a very conservative way to try and score your 2.
I thought it was, but you also made a good point, Luke, that the Norway lineup has not been sharp, and that maybe Stefan didn't want to skip himself into a position that left him with a really difficult shot, at least to be on the board or to have a blank. So maybe we'll see something a little bit different this end if the Norwegians can execute a little more accurately.
Well, it starts with that corner guard. You saw the 93%, or Magnus Vaberg.
Yeah, both leads playing well. It's more at the second and the third position for Norway. Torger had a few over curls, hitting the guards. So we'll have to see if there's a little more precision here after a regroup at the 5th end break.
Yeah, good pair for Karik Martin. Those numbers will stay in the 90s for him.
So going to the other side this time with that other corner guard not being tight nor being high, but rather being in between. And maybe that's their game plan this end, is to split the corner guards instead of putting them both on one side. Got to be up front though. This looks like it'll, oh, maybe just stop. Not quite.
And that one we know does slide in. We won't have to throw a stick on it. If it was close, they still can put that same measuring device that they used the last end to see if it's in the rings or not.
Yeah, just because it makes the difference in the shot selection here for Team Canada.
Wait's good.
Trying to roll to the middle here. Don't really want to leave it there.
Get in. It's a good shot.
Just had to.
Not quite in the rings.
Is that it?
No.
At some point, Norway will have to take their chance. And Marcus Højbjerg, 53%. This is where the numbers drop off for Norway.
Yeah, but they are actually playing around the corner a little earlier than, using their corner earlier than they did last time.
4. Okay. Eller gjerne altså 6. 6 ligger. Kom igjen, Torgeir.
Trying to finish this in here.
Hard. Jobbe. That's up, Marcus.
Just wanted that a little deeper to get buried.
Still allows the chase to begin.
Clean. Yep. Clean. Clean. Whoa. Curl.
Nice shot.
Oh, enough. We'll get that one out.
Excellent.
Again, leaves another one in.
Yeah, it worked out pretty good. Landing behind that other very tight yellow corner guard. Norway might be able to use that yellow guard over on the right-hand side. As it would be on the left as you see it now, but they might be able to use that. Even though that yellow one is behind it, they might be able to use that at some point. But right now, trying to roll behind their corner guard.
Well, try and get that roll behind the corner. Very nice. Needed to get one of those.
Yeah, I think Canada can still get it. I'm surprised they weren't trying to sweep that a little bit on the roll, or that they didn't think they needed to sweep it. Maybe just another inch would have made it a little trickier for Canada.
It's always better to over curl that a little bit on the corner.
Well, it certainly changes it up a little bit, but I mean, now Canada's playing the run back. But they talked about playing intern hack at it.
Hard.
Well, playing the peel and extra extension.
And just a little tight, I think, so.
It's the case you overthrow it, knowing that even if you make it, you want to roll the shooter off.
Yeah, and maybe just not, just not getting out to the broom.
Norway's got a mistake now. And try and keep stones around. Find a way to keep red in play.
Pretty low numbers for Torger.
But the fact they're still just down by 3 in this game.
Yeah, like really this game could almost be over by now, but they have found a way to stay closer. Yeah, so Canada rolling behind this other yellow corner guard does give this opportunity for Norway to play this corner freeze, and if they can make it good, it's a Decent situation for them.
Just a little bounce. Lies second shot.
Canada can run this back. Be a pretty simpler, straightforward run back for them.
Roll straight into it.
Yeah.
If you ever miss it, though, then you're maybe in a bit of trouble, which is why Brennan is electing to hit this and try to roll over to that other side. Canada not really needing to or wanting to leave many red rocks around. It's the open one.
So again, hard right away. Rolls into it.
Good. Great shot.
Gets it off the back of that redstone.
Nice.
Nice shot, yeah.
Good shot.
It's good.
Yeah, very good.
And it's great that he punched that other yellow one back a little bit out of the way. Still lined up to have that red jam on it.
Ja, bra. 9. Japp. 8. 9. Japp. 9.
Ja.
Japp.
Ja, på linje.
Japp.
Hard på linje.
Trying to just tap this a little bit on a good angle. Like just a hair high, maybe. Thought maybe they were trying to. Yeah, I thought maybe they were trying to hit it just a hair high to nudge that red one just a little bit, but sit right in front of.
If we plug this, we make that.
Yeah.
The yellow.
Make that double. Yep. You got it, buddy.
So bit of a thinner, or like hitting this double or hitting this top red rock a little bit thin. Hitting the other red one so that it goes back through the two yellows, and the one that he's making contact with will go out across the top.
We've seen some good shots in the game by Norway to set up an end. Torger made his first and then a second, didn't quite hit the right spot. And now Botcher and Team Canada, 88% accuracy on the game, trying to make this double. Trying to carve it over to make the double takeout. And does Norway a favor by killing two of their own.
Yeah, just hit it way too thin. And now a chance for set up a 2 here for Norway.
And I'm sure Norway in the break said, we're down 3 points. We have not played good at all. And chance you score a deuce in this end, right back in it.
Didn't do anything.
No, it didn't.
I thought we were going to get there. That's fine.
Yeah.
He's supposed to make something okay here.
Gotta put this even. See, 68%. Valstead hasn't had that much to shoot at. Has kept his team in this game.
6. Ja, vi må i hvert fall 7. Gå på 10-line.
7-8.
7-8. Vi må touche 10-line. 8.
Linja bra.
Could probably be even deeper with this one than.
Yeah, a little bit deeper, if anything, only because, you know, even if Brennan can see a little bit of the red one on the right, the double would jam. So kind of just give up there.
Try and cut the draw down a little.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's probably there.
I like keeping it over here, I think.
Okay. Like, I think if we can just roll a little and make him draw the 4-foot.
Okay. Okay.
Easy?
Yeah.
Interesting that can make him draw the 4-foot. I think even if he rolls out, we'll probably see Valstead play the hit.
Well, I'm wondering that too, and I think for some people it would be a preference. I don't have a lot of history throwing last stone rock, but I would probably hit. But that's my a little more of my nature.
Playing at this second
comfort,
position.
comfort zone.
Just in playing some of the calls that we've seen from Norway, that hit would probably be my thought.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that, Luke. And And I think Canada wanting to, even rolling to the outside, it doesn't give Wallstead much room to work with. He can't roll to the outside at all.
And it is shot stone, so no discussion now. It's going to be a hit.
Nice shot. Good pair.
But Norway, opportunity. Botcher with his first, the mistake. Didn't hit it where he wanted to.
Yeah, and really Canada's okay to give up. You know, it's not ideal. But certainly giving up 2. There's still 1 up with the last rock.
So Norway's last stone. Quiet hit to score 2, cut this lead to 1. Rolls right into the forefoot. It is 2 on the board for Norway. They finally strike a deuce. It comes in end number 6. 4 ends remaining. We have a 1-point game. Well, Norway gets on the board there in the second half of this game, striking with a deuce in that 6th end. 4-3 is where we sit. Luke Coley with Jill Officer as we play the 7th end. Canada gets the hammer back. These are all the other scores here. Switzerland extending their lead now up 7-2 over Korea, looking strong to pick up win number 7 there, while the United States 5-3 over Netherlands in the 7th. And Germany and Sweden now 4-4 playing the 7th end. Sweden with a win is into the semifinals. Of course, our game on sheet D starts with the center line guard. And a game, Jill, you've probably been in lots where you're a team that struggles a little bit, and then finally you stick around, your skipper makes some shots, keeps you alive, you get a deuce and you have some life now.
For sure, and I think that's probably a little of the conversation that the Norwegians would have had at the 5th end break, and you know they have the experience of Paul Strulson there too to rely on, and just a reminder to not overthink it and remember to put a series of shots together, and you never know what can happen, especially with 5-rock rule now.
Getting that too, do they have to go all out now to try and force and try and get the hammer into the 8th end?
Well, I mean, they can't really afford to give up. I don't think they really want to give up a 2 here. So I think they're going to try to force, maybe even see if they can generate a situation for a steal. As you see them going to put up, this is supposed to be a long guard. And they're going to
take it around, but
yeah, just not the separation they wanted. They really wanted that as a high guard to try to force or steal. And now that's I'm sure that'll be a double that we might see Canada play on Brad Thiessen's rocks.
I'm good with this. Yeah. Do you hate to the wing?
Pardon?
Or you like you make that double kick? Do you hate to the wing?
Winger?
Okay, okay.
Are you good with that?
Sure.
Okay. I like it too. Because that double peel.
Yeah, they're pretty close together.
Which way are we going?
In turn.
Yeah, so if Norway had gone long, then I think you would have seen Canada go around. But like you heard Darren just say, that double peel is there, and Brad Thiessen is very good at making them. There's not a lot of separation between them, not as much as Norway would have liked.
So this one goes to the wings. Does Norway take a chance, put another guard up to protect against that double peel?
I guess that's that would certainly be a good option. You might just see them hit and roll or freeze.
Good shot.
Well, Canada lying too early on.
That's good.
Just that one.
Greit, vi er helt ned.
Helt ned.
Den er bra.
7.
Ren.
Vil du tappe bak 10, eller?
Wanting to get a little bit to the inside of this yellow one. This looks a little heavy. And they're just going to chop off here. Punch that one a little closer to the button. And those are the kinds of shots that, like, being down points and not having the momentum here, those are the kind of shots that you need Norway to make. You need to make that better than that. Especially being, you're better off a foot short or even 2 feet short probably than tapping it like that.
Yep. Yep.
Weight's good.
Please.
Hair's
Please.
solid.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Never up. Hard. Never up. Hard.
Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Well, doesn't kill it, just catches the inside and actually will chip,
Good shot.
roll in. So Norway is facing multiple, but they have the 2 guards still in play.
Den var 34, og den var cirka 9, 8,5.
Yeah, and this rock behind the guards is actually probably in a better position than the last time they played this.
Den bra ut.
5,5.
Ja, vi har de. Var det klart?
Ha litt plass.
Ser det.
Masse plass. Masse plass. Vi er helt ned. Må nesten gå litt på slutten, tror jeg.
Again, waiting for this to come over.
On that one, much better adjustment from Højbjerg.
Now we double.
Now you could, yeah.
Now you will see Canada come up here and play this double, and they're going to want to hit the second one on the right-hand side. So they want to make sure that they're sending this back away from those 2 that are in the middle. But there is that one at the back of the house now too that they could have a jam on, but they want to get rid of these guards.
Well, they want to try and get both, and we'll just get the one. So a couple of mistakes from Brad Thiessen.
Ser vi?
Fikk du Markus inn, eller, Steffen?
Markus han her.
Har du tida på min?
Hogga? Nei, jeg husker ikke.
Canada's had some late game struggles in the last couple of games. We'll see. Now they can keep that building. They were controlling the game through 5, and even in that 6th end until Botcher's first.
Linja, okay.
Det skal like ut som din, Markus.
Yeah, for sure they don't want to
Okay, linja bra.
do what they've done and take their foot off the gas, but you do see Norway starting to make a few more shots. There's still a little miss on precision here and there, as we've already seen in this end, but now 2 pretty good shots here.
Just a little different angle, not exactly where they wanted.
Yeah, probably a little more on the nose.
It's like a third.
They're going to peel this other guard and maybe try and clip this red one here on the right-hand side at the same time.
Whoa, straight!
Yep, whoa.
Well, catch it off the side.
Good.
Spills it out, so they get that one all out of there.
Very good. That's good. Sorry on yours, Brad.
So do you put the guard? Do you hit one of those the back yellow?
Den dobbelen der går lett som bare det.
No, I don't. You don't.
Så jeg tror det er noe som må garde.
I thought one more guard.
Okay.
Du hadde her nå.
Ja.
This ice definitely looks like the guard.
Yes. I think the problem is that in Torger's first, they over curled just a hair, so it's not line. Like I think that Canada could get rid of all 3 of those, and they would be okay with getting their yellow one out. So I think you need to guard here right now. Canada will probably just peel again, I think.
They got to do something there. So.
They got to do something.
For sure.
Hva er det her etterpå, tenkte du?
Dra topp 4.
Clean. Clean. Clean.
Nice.
Okay, so you heard Canada say they have to do something there. Norway has to find a way to move something around there to get shot.
They are looking at that back one. They probably don't want to move that till the last, though.
Well, I'm not sure what that gets them if they go back there. I mean, it cuts down the scoring area for Canada, and maybe eliminates these 2, which is what they're potentially concerned about. But giving up 2, I don't think is super ideal here for Norway either. So they might have to look at playing something here, moving that yellow one just behind the T line, so that they can maybe make use of it on Stefan's last one.
Blir bedre enn den.
Kanskje må tappe den der ned hit. Og så rulle av dit.
Ja, hvis du tapper den for høyt, så blir det jo en strek.
Det blir ikke det, vet du. Da ruller du den av.
Garden til.
Hæ?
Er det noe til garden til?
Hæ?
Garden til?
Ja, hva gjør du på siste? Hva gjør du på siste?
Hæ?
Hva gjør du på siste?
Nei, jeg vet ikke.
Nei. Det må jeg tenke på, da. Hvis vi garder, så forsvinner den garden.
Hæ?
Så må vi finne ut, ok, hva gjør vi på neste da?
Har vi stedet tenkt på det?
If you guard, probably too late to guard.
I think it is too late to guard. I'm not sure that Canada. Well, maybe they would peel it. I'm not sure that they would. They might.
Skal jeg slå på den?
They might just wrap around
Hvis du
everything.
garder nå, så tapper på neste.
Da gir bort 2 da, tror jeg. Jeg tenker hvis du slår her nå, eller hvis du tapper den der ned, tapper den ned hit, så sitter den her.
I think they could move this around, try to get that yellow one into the back of the forefoot. They only need to move that yellow one a foot or a foot and a half.
Han kommer kanskje til å ha den.
But they have to be careful about what they leave on these red ones of theirs at the top. But by tapping that yellow one to the back, they would hopefully be able to use it for a freeze on Stefan's last one.
For da måtte vi ha slått der på siste, liksom. Det hadde vært siste enden. Og den dobbelen, den gjør den.
Men jeg tror nesten, Torger, at du bare vil løsne den.
And that's why the angle was, if it would have been on nose, would have been much better.
It would have been much easier to
Så lenge den ligger der, så må
play
den
at
komme
this.
innenfra og så slå, da. Hvis du slår utenfra nå, så kan den bevare den.
Jeg vil ikke at alle skal ligge.
They're good. They're a good team.
I like him playing something soft in here and not getting any of them out.
Yeah, because like it's pretty.
Make one double.
If he hits that on the outside, there's a good chance you've got to double off something.
Yeah.
And the shooter isn't going to be there.
Ja, jeg tror du må spille bakhåndfart.
Det er som om at jeg har dratt hit.
Ja, det er nesten så du skulle dratt litt lenger, eller?
I was actually wondering if they could come with the intern and just tap the middle red, that you can see. There's not much of it there, but I wondered if that might be a better result if they tapped that and got the yellow to behind the T line, but then the reds are more lined up on the nose, and if Canada tried to play a double, it would likely jam, or if they tried to play a double, they would lose their shooter. So I don't know if they really talked about that at all. I think they're just playing the tap on the top and trying to move that yellow back.
played the guards to get a chance, now taking it in skip stones to try and move things around.
8, 9, 9, 10. 10.
Vent, vent, vent. Vær med.
Bak 12.
Ja.
Bak 12.
Ja. Ja. Hardt.
Valberg and Højberg
Hard.
tap, change it just a little bit, gets shot stone.
What if he knows? Any double just plugs into
I'm not
there.
sure how great that worked out for Norway. They might be able
We
to
missed this.
force Canada
Yeah.
still.
I like that.
Okay.
Just
You
can't
like
afford
that,
to
right?
roll
I like
away at all.
Correct.
Yeah.
He can play.
Or
Yes, he can
you
play
can't
that.
roll really
but
either way. If you roll,
Or
if
shot.
you roll to the inside, it leaves them a double.
Yeah, and his shooter's probably rolling, right?
Yeah, and then you may have a double for a pile.
Yeah.
Right on the beak.
I threw the intern
You
here.
did. We could throw the intern again.
Just easy.
Yep.
So if they roll to the center line side, it would leave Norway
Right
a
on
double.
beat.
If they roll to the other side, they might roll. They don't have much room to roll. They might roll too far and only be sitting a single.
I don't think it's exactly how Norway wanted to hit it, but it does leave Canada where they have to be careful with this one. But then Norway will have to be careful back that they don't leave a shot for a bundle for Canada.
Clean. Easy. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Hard. Yep. Whoa.
Yep,
Hard.
yep, never up.
Hard.
Never up.
Clean.
Hard.
Clean. Clean. Good. Nice shot.
It's not bad.
Real good.
Yeah, there's still a
Beauty.
double there.
Great shot.
On the thinner side.
Great shot.
But tough to go through. Don't know if you can go through the hole. Don't know if they're sure if there's a hole down the center line.
Yeah, you certainly wouldn't want to
Da
do
får du dra
that.
inn i 4-fot for 2.
Yeah, it would have been nice to just be a hair so he doesn't have the thin. But he also, if he hits a little thick and just hits his red, we might have something for...
It was a big scrub. They avoid the jam. What happens if Valstad makes the double of that one in the 4-foot just thrown and the one back 8-foot and rolls just biting 4-foot? Leaves a draw for 2 only.
Ja. Jeg kørte litt
Yeah,
der I
I
stad,
think
men
they
jeg satte
really
sikkert
want
dårlig,
to
da,
be in a
men,
situation here that they could force. They don't really want to give a shot for 2 at all here. So if they can make this thin double, I think they just have to. I think if they just nut it right on, like, sort of on the side of that yellow one on the right-hand side, I think it'll be tricky for
Ja, men da har han en dobbelt
Canada
foran,
to
da,
have a
tre
shot for more than one.
Du kan spille 11 hvis du vil.
To make the double properly, he's not hitting the...
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing too. He must be throwing it soft though. Look at how much ice.
So not overthrowing this
No, he's...
Yep.
to try and keep it there.
Yeah, and maybe it's partly because of being concerned if there's a bit of a hole there. So maybe playing more of a normal weight here,
Ja.
manage it a little bit better.
Hard.
Got their deuce last end.
Hard. Hard, 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 hard. Hard, 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 hard.
Trying to make this double.
Hard, 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 hard.
And sits on the corner, not shot stone. But it worked out all right.
Yeah, not bad. You know, Canada has the draw for 2, but a little thinner, and he goes right into that and forces Canada.
That's part
You
of the
could
problem
make
playing the
that
quieter
double,
weight is
but-
The doubles
it
for
brings
2.
the curling.
Yeah.
No, just draw.
Unless you plug it.
Draw, yeah.
No, you did,
My shooters,
your shooter's going to be in there, yeah.
they don't have to whip it either. Like I could throw medium,
Yeah.
just hit half a rock, right?
So just,
That
I think
dead
just looking
plugs,
at
then when you
playing the
plug
double off
here,
the red
you're-
one that
you're
Stefan
good.
just left there.
If we plug that double, we get 2. We could also draw for 2.
Seems harder.
Okay. I'm
Få ta
good
toppen av den
with
andre.
hit.
Medium?
Medium intern.
Yeah.
Norway
Okay.
really wants a
You got it,
force
buddy.
here.
Half a rock, eh?
Yeah.
So Canada seems to think that Brendan
Just make
himself,
the red,
one,
red double.
Okay. Yeah,
Let's make
the
it.
one that's throwing
Medium?
it, feels that this is an easier shot than that draw to the button on that side.
Well, and it's not for confidence and struggling with draw weight. Is at 96% on his draws in the game. Brendan Botcher, last of the 7th.
Hard. 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 Whoa. Clean. Clean. Clean.
Well, clean. They like where they got it.
Nice shot.
And we'll stick it for 2.
Nice.
Shot was there. Norway gives up 2 right back. So Canada, a 3-point lead heading to the 8th end, session 21.
Good in. Perfect.
Very good.
Good. Ah, boy.
Good one, guys.
Good one.
Very good.
You guys keep her going.
Worse than here.
Yeah. Keep going.
Or blank.
Our live coverage of the BKT Tires and OK Tire World Men's Curling Championship 2021 continues. 8th end upcoming, 6-3, Canada leading Norway. Luke Coley here with Jill Officer. We're inside the curling bubble in the Winsport Arena, part of Canada Olympic Park. Canada, Brendan Botcher makes that double. And you see the double, figured he had to draw the button or make that double, and go make the double, score your 2 that same way.
Yeah, and that really just came down to preference and what he felt he was going to make. It looked like the draw was easily there, but we have seen some pretty good curl in the ice today, and that's one of those spots that maybe they just didn't want to play around with.
Well, good numbers, 93% for Kark Martin, 88 for Magnus Varberg. Try and set things up. They've try and be patient to do that, but now down 3, almost running. You don't want to get too late in these.
Well, it would be a good opportunity here for if Norway can get something going to score a deuce here in the 8th end and work hard for a force in 9, and then you're only down 2 playing the last end.
And it was on this sheet earlier in the week. They scored 3 in the last end to beat Niklas Edin in Sweden. The same thing. And
then Canada giving up 4 to Sweden last night to lose. So it's possible. We've seen it a few times with the Five Rock free guard zone.
And Canada playing better than they did in their game yesterday, especially late. Does that creep in if Norway can get 2, maybe 3 in this end? In your mind, does that creep in?
Yeah, it certainly could. But I think that they just have to think about what's happening now and the fact that they're playing well.
Well, important first couple of stones. Take advantage of that free guard zone.
Give me back line. Okay.
So just going to try to move these around a little bit because Kark was a little wider on the second one, and you can see they're just overlapped a little bit, and that is actually an advantage to Norway to have that. So Canada's going to move these around a little bit here. Try to roll their shooter to sort of block off the path around the corner for Norway.
T.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
T.
Whoa, whoa.
Bumping to T.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
Over curled a little.
Well, the more in play, the better for Norway right now.
Yeah, and going around the corner early again here. Almost worked for them before.
96% for Thiessen, just 64 for Højbjerg.
Yeah, that's really been the difference, is the middle of the lineups. And Stefan having some tougher shots because of some misses at second and third.
Can you get at this one? Did it come?
Yeah, I think just because of the way the guards are staggered there, and that the one that's further to the wings or to the right is long. And we've seen them, they've played this spot a few times already this game.
Whoa, curl, curl.
Hard.
You got it, but you gotta go,
Getting by that guard by quite a bit.
Trying to get rid of this one and just touches it over.
So Norway, room for more behind those corners. They'll go around there again.
This one, obviously, they want higher than the other.
Yes, yeah, but being buried is important here. Just as it was on the first one, they want to make sure that they may not get by this tight one. Seem to have lost it a little bit.
A little less weight, and it took off.
I don't mind this.
Yeah. If you're through the hole, we're good.
Yeah, okay. I likely, yeah. So what am I throwing, like?
So on Brad's first one, he just ticked it so that it ended up underneath.
Yeah. Back line.
And so they're going to come at it the other way here.
Well, Port to get at that one, and because it's deep, can't throw hit weight at it, but you have enough to just punch this one through.
Hack. We're hack. Hack. We're hack. Hack.
I don't think they really want to sit there.
Curl. Good shot.
Try and get the roll, even rolling out.
Yes, yeah, that's for sure. Because sitting there just gives Norway something to freeze to.
Yeah. Okay.
Hulk's mad.
Real good call.
Well, another big difference. Look at Torger and Ergaard struggling in this one. Both teams coming in on losing streaks. As Norway losing 3 in a row, Canada losing 2, but Norway played great this morning in an extra end loss. There's another miss from Torger and Ergaard. And he hasn't played as much. His last event was actually the Curling World Cup Grand Final at the end of the 2019 season.
Me too.
Medium.
And you're both here at the World Championship.
I went to that grand final with Team Jones, filled in for Don McEwen.
Whoa.
A little solid.
Whoa. Curl. You got it. Roll it.
Great shot.
Well, hit off the side one right into the rings. Canada starting to roll a little bit now.
Nice.
Just feeling it more comfortable.
Okay.
Especially Darren himself. He's continued to play well in this one.
Seemed a little nervous off the top, and I think sometimes when maybe you've been struggling, there's sometimes that question mark hanging over your head about how it's going to go in the first couple of ends. And, you know, and he did miss his first shot of the game, so it's good that he's been able to bounce back from that.
Ja, det jeg lurte på var om du skulle spille bare den. Den dobbelen der og så rulle, eller? Jeg bare ser her, så
Du skal spille trippen der, da. Du spiller trippen.
Ja, trippen går den, da? Ja, på innan så går den kanskje.
Innan tredje.
Ja, får du med den, da?
På innan så gjør du det.
Ja, ok. Ja. Så du klarer å ligge rett foran der, så er det greit også.
Ja.
Enten eller så spiller dobbelen og ruller der, tror jeg.
Ja.
Det er greit, det.
So Canada lying 4, and Norway, obviously you want to try and score your 2. You can't hook yourself that you don't have an opportunity to score at all.
Right, we're getting a little late in the end here, and so they're going to hit and try to roll over behind the corner. Even in front of those yellows would be a pretty good shot.
Sit on the corner, just spins up over behind the corner.
Oh, and it almost ended up a little in between. They didn't sit in front, but didn't roll under either, and that leaves it open for Canada. Let's see. Hit it a little bit thick. They could have hit it thinner and tapped that other one, or hit it thicker, and then they would have rolled behind the corner without touching the other yellow.
Right?
So Canada looking also at the option of just drawing, because they're already sitting 2.
I like it.
Gotta be third open. Yep.
So they lie 2 already, trying to use that corner guard.
Yeah, and they want to roll this right over to the other side.
Whoa.
We're
just on the side of the forefoot.
Yep. Whoa.
Yep.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yep. Yep. Hard. Straight.
Clean, whoa.
Big scrub early holds the line.
Roll it.
Hard on that, Reg.
That's not a good.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they wanted to roll it a little farther than that. They left it in a spot that Norway could work with it a little more. So they could play the double here in the pocket and maybe like wiggle it back to sit right in front of that other Canada stone.
Side one could possibly, if it dead nut would stay on it.
Obviously Canada lying 3. They didn't necessarily like where they rolled to, but it's still forcing Norway to come after it.
Yeah,
still have to make this.
Right, and Norway still needing to make a really good shot here and hope that Canada misses.
I'll get right in the middle.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Really good
on the
shot.
corner. Well, you saw the numbers for Stefan are lower, but the shots he's made has kept his team in it. He had one draw that went heavy for the 1 steal, and you take that away, and it's a 1-point game. Or pardon me, a 2-point game.
Cut it too much, eh?
No, I think you're okay with 2/3. You're fine.
Okay. I'll throw it nice and hard.
Yeah. Right here.
Yeah.
So great shot by Stefan, but Brendan's gonna
Throw
throw a fast one down here, and it makes it a little bit easier just because it's offset from the nose a touch, as you can see now here. If it was right on the nose, it would certainly be more difficult for Canada to remove the stone.
Yep.
Well, said he would throw it hard.
Clean.
3-point lead in the game.
Good.
And that red one goes with ease out the side.
Good shot.
And the yellow does roll out.
Good shot, Brandon.
Thanks.
We'll have to blank the end and try and set up in end number 9, but also running out of ends too. And a 3-point deficit. Norway coming in losing 3 straight. Canada's lost 2. So it'll be the Canadian lead staying intact. 6-3 over Norway. 2 ends remaining. Session 21. So Canada leads 6-3. Second blank of the matchup here this evening. We play the 9th end. Norway still with the hammer. Canada trying to hold on. Either of these teams trying to snap a losing streak. All the other scores going on. Switzerland leading Korea, pardon me, now a final. Switzerland defeating Korea, so they get win number 7. While the United States also winning. They beat Netherlands 9-4, so the U.S. now 9-3. And unofficially, I believe that clinches them a spot. And 6-4, Sweden leading Germany. Wanting to put up the guards. A specific reason they're putting this side, they play the turn, or where that stone is in the house?
It could definitely be where that stone is in the house. They could, because it's off the center, they could use it to their advantage. It's a shorter roll. They might be able to freeze to it. It might get ticked behind the guard.
Get this one in a good position after the first one off the center line.
Good scrub.
Fine.
Yeah.
15-2.
It's just not carrying. It looks like a bunch.
Känner bra.
So 2 corners.
Top 8.
Norway got to give himself a chance to try and get their 2 here in the end.
Yeah, unfortunately that corner is a little bit deep, and because they're not even,
It's a little heavy.
it does leave a potential double peel for Canada if or when the time comes to play that. Of course, they can't play it now because of the five rock free guard zone.
I thought it was there, if anything.
Weight's close.
Line's good.
No.
Trying to come around this yellow one.
Weight's good. Top button.
Dive it.
Top button.
You never need to go.
We're
for
okay.
mine. You're tucked a bit. You're tucked a bit.
Nice shot.
Yeah.
Pocket.
Make your dad.
Not exactly how you want to line up those stones.
Yeah.
No, they would have liked that to curl a little bit more for sure, and maybe be a little bit higher even, because being even, they're a little bit further apart, but it almost acts as a bit of a pocket if Norway can ever get to the inside of this. Would make it a little trickier for Canada to remove.
Trying to get it into the pocket.
Nice shot. You see now if Canada tried to remove it, it would go on to the other side yellow one as well as the back one.
Let's go.
Weight's good.
Clean.
A hair heavy.
Clean.
A little heavy.
Just trying to
Curl.
That's the curl.
tap his back to unlock those at the back.
Straight, 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 straight. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Roll it, roll it.
Well, tap it onto their own, roll it in front.
No.
So I think Brendan knew that that wasn't going to get to the nose and was trying to play something a little bit different, and it just didn't work out very well. So now Norway has a bit of a pocket here on the other side now again, and they'll try to draw one in there.
Stones piling around, just staying in there.
Okay. Hard. Hard, Magnus.
Hard, Magnus.
Hard. Hard.
Få den inn i hvert fall.
This is gonna come up short.
Seen that a few times, just those over curls, and that one coming up.
Especially on that out-turn side there going away. I think that a couple of ends ago, that's why Brendan didn't want to draw for two in that spot. It's just a bit tricky to manage.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, like back 8.
I think just frozen.
I was thinking like T-line.
Okay. Sure. So 13, 7.
Yeah, 14.
Trying to just move this yellow around a little bit.
Hard line.
Have Darren's shooter sit in front of the red Norway stone so that they sort of have the control of the angle at the top.
Curl. Curl. Right to it, 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 hard. Good shot.
Good. Great. Real good.
Nice.
There, now if you
Yeah,
hit that
worked
too.
out pretty well.
Kunne ha gjort noe sånt. Ja, jeg synes det ser bra ut.
Du liker ikke å dra på den bak der, da?
Kan det også. Bra resultat, det. Den piler sikkert av, og så sitter den på toppen, da.
Hæ? Hvis du klarer å komme på innsida der, så er det vel, sitter vel
Han kommer til å se halve til pilen ut, gjør han ikke?
Jo, da skal han Ja. Jo, han gjør det. Eller kan hende vi køler opp og gjemme hele der, da.
Hvis du splitter den her, så ligger fortsatt den linja opp på den.
Ja vel.
Vant, eller hva er det for noe? Jeg tror du må nesten på hack.
So just trying to move these around. These angles aren't really great, really, for either team. So Norway needing to score in this end, needing to move these around. Hoping to maybe roll their shooter in.
Hard.
And Torger tight again. He's just been intern tonight has been tight a lot, and he's just over curling a bit.
And we're shot.
You could
just tap the yellow.
Could have worked out pretty well if they'd even a little more weight might have helped.
This will go off the back of it.
It's not looking that bad though, hey?
No, we just can't really guard because he has 2 taps into this one.
We could nose tap
Got 3
the yellow.
things to angle in.
I don't know. Maybe
There's the double on the 2 reds at the top. I don't know if that helps.
Yeah.
At some point, he's going to ignore them and just freeze the back one.
I know.
Yeah, no, it's good that that's...
Time?
Sure.
Time out.
Well, if you play the double, you might open up for that come around to freeze the back one.
Well, that's exactly what Brendan's saying, and also playing that double may just stagger those front guards again, and that doesn't necessarily help Canada either.
Nose here.
Yeah.
Just with like medium,
Sure. Yeah.
or do you want to throw more?
No, I like.
But I like medium because
we manage it a bit.
yeah,
With medium too, you go tick tick and don't
it's
lose
not a
everything.
disaster. That's right.
Yeah. You probably still make
We'd like to avoid
they're
hitting
going to have
our
their
yellow if we
decision
can,
made
like,
before
little
Coach
high.
Don
Back. Play the double.
gets here.
Just right on the nose. No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Medium.
Yeah.
Any
like that.
just
Like that,
high,
Don? Yeah.
just high. Nose
Just trying
is
to get
good.
Donnie V some exercise
Yeah,
to get
nose
to
is
the other
great.
end.
All right.
Get it on.
We know
It's a
the
lot of
spot
sitting
then.
around
Yeah.
on the bench.
Yeah.
Hard on the body.
Yeah.
I've thrown a couple nose hits right through here.
So just trying to nose this yellow one and straight back onto the red. Remove the red and leave their shooter sitting there. If they nose it, the one that they're hitting will roll away.
Yep.
Yes,
Hard.
Hard, never off.
Real hard.
Never off. Hard.
Whoa.
Hard. Whoa.
Whoa.
I think calling a plan B here already.
Trying to miss this one.
Okay.
That'll play.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, knew that they could manage. That's why they didn't throw the
That'll
big
play
weight
there.
at it.
That felt like it grabbed. Felt like it. Yeah. Just
It is slow out here too.
it kind of. I felt something in my hand. So
Okay.
I don't know.
All good. It's not,
Sorry.
not an awful leaf. Not an awful leaf.
Now Norway's turn. They'll call their timeout. Shorter walk on this side
Så må tappe
on
dem.
the away end for Thomas Levold.
Eller i hvert fall prøve.
For du kunne det sjukt å spille noe sånt? Og prøve å sitte igjen med shooteren. Men den her det kommer til å synke med klinge. Jeg bare tenkte om det var noen måte å skulle få den til å telle på igjen.
Hva skjer hvis du kliner til her, da?
Kanskje det blir linjen.
Sitter den bak der, eller?
Den sitter der. Og så sitter oss med masse foran. Den kommer til å sitte igjen.
Men ryker to,
Den sitter den, ja.
ideelt 3 gule ryker, da. Er det spennende?
Men spiller oss for 3, så er det vel tappen, og så må jeg prøve å finne noen magisk måte å
Tapp en gang til.
tappe en gang til. Det er vel tappen på
Ytterste, eller?
Ytterste, tror jeg.
ja,
Hvis du tar den, så blir garden
Det blir
min
åpent,
åpent.
Vi må nå ha 3. Så jeg tror det stemmer.
Så tappen på ytterste.
Tappen på ytterste, eller så kan vi gjøre den. Men den kan jeg bedre at du gjør den. Det er bedre at du gjør
I
den
think they're
nå.
going to tap the yellow onto the yellow just to maybe remove
Bak 8.
Ja, men hardere, tror jeg.
remove the one yellow on the left hand side. The one that they'll be hitting at the top of the A won't
Ja, men jeg tror
Go anywhere.
hvis du tar
or are they playing the tap on the red?
I
That
thought I
was
saw
the
one of
that
the
was the
taps on
other
the,
option for sure.
maybe that opens up a draw path to get to it on the next one.
They're actually looking, I think, Luke, at playing
I think he's hitting the
maybe
wide
the
one.
tap on the very wide one
That's smart.
and save the other one.
It's the best leave. A little bit harder shot.
Yeah, because if he makes it on the other one, you can just rip it.
So tapping the wide one, trying to go right to shot stone.
Yep. Hard.
Again, they're on it on the intern for Torger.
Hard!
Trying to tap this high, and it over curls again. And leaves the guard. So worst case on that one for Nergard.
Yeah, just not getting much out of Nergard's shots. Like just like no plan B options that they're able to play really.
He rolls under. He has that double and one sitting in the rings.
Well, I think isn't my shooter gonna?
Oh yeah, your shooter gets stuck there.
My shooter should stick
Your
here.
actually, we probably kick them out. Okay. Now I'm sold.
I'm just, he's still got both of these. Yeah, I like this.
No, this is a shot. Let's make it.
3/4.
Yeah. You hit it in the right spot. We're kicking that red one out anyway.
Yeah, that's right. 3/4.
So similar to what Darren played, it's just that the rock is moved over, and they'll try and run this, tap this yellow one back and pick that red one off of the top
Just a little
4 foot.
less?
Yeah.
Trying to pick that red one clean.
Whoa.
Whoa, clean! Clean!
Curl.
Clean!
Curl.
Clean!
We're good.
And we'll pick that one out to lie 4.
Attaboy.
Couldn't have made that one better in that position.
Nice shot. Good.
Yeah,
Nice
exactly
shot,
what they
Brandon.
called, and
Real nice.
Norway will have a hit and roll here behind the yellows. The yellows are staggered there, so that's actually a benefit to Norway. If Norway can hit and roll to the back 4 foot on the right-hand side behind those yellows, not totally sure what Canada would have to remove it.
They might just have to plug and try and.
Force to 1.
We got to make this first for Norway.
Fart.
Yeah.
Ja.
Oh. Yeah.
Ja.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ja.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ja.
Staying on it, try and make the roll. And we'll be in between, right on the button, but in the open.
Maybe we want to roll away.
Right here.
Yeah.
Probably not even that bad if you roll a long way
If
away.
you throw peel at it and we just stay like in the 8 foot somewhere. But I like peel.
I like it.
Really is only
Yeah, I think they want to make sure that they stay, just because if they don't stay here, Luke, they're. I'm just trying to see if there's something off of those 3 yellows to actually blank, but their shooter might roll in.
Hard. Clean.
Clean. Yeah.
Clean. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roll it.
Want to just roll a little away. That'll sit to lie 4.
Oh, see, that actually, it could have been, if they didn't stick, it actually could have been a
he couldn't play it.
triple
That's right. So we
for
can't chase.
2.
Yeah.
So it was important that they stuck that,
Real
because
nice,
that
Brendan. Nice
red
pair,
one
bud.
at the top
Thanks.
is, on the left is in. Having to draw across the middle here, and
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Real good throws.
Thanks.
sometimes a little slower later in the game across the middle.
Yeah.
Haven't heard much talk about it. I thought I heard Kark make one comment about it being slow down there.
Once it crosses, we normally see off the center line, it will curl quite a bit, so we'll have to manage that. It's got Torger in the house, though. Again, another shot, keep him in the game for Stefan Valstad in Norway.
Linja bra. Linja bra. Linja er gull. Linja er gull. Linja er gull. Linja er bra. Litt tight om nå. Linja er bra nå. Linja er bra.
Try and get through that hole, need to get the 4 foot. Get enough of the 4 foot, or is it curling away? And they will get enough of the 4 foot. A great draw again for Valstad, able to get 1, but only 1. So a 2-point lead, and the hammer belonged to Canada in a crucial session 21 game.
Okay.
10th end of our feature game, the BKT Tires and OK Tire World Men's Curling Championship 2021. Local here with Jill Officer, the Winsport Arena. Norway only able to get a 1 in that 9th end. Good defense. Canada playing a solid end there, so that's where we sit. All the other games are finals. Switzerland beating Korea 9-3. United States beating Netherlands 9-4. And Sweden winning 8-4. So Sweden is into the semifinals. We know Sweden and RCF have qualified for the 2 semifinals as the top seeds. Sweden beat RCF in round robin, so if they both win their last games, it'll be Sweden as the 1 seed, RCF as the 2. For these 2 teams, they're trying to get into the mix. That's 7-4 coming into this game. Norway will play Scotland tomorrow with Switzerland winning. They'll be there 7-5. They'll be tied with the loser of this game. And if it is Norway, they will play Scotland in basically a play-in game almost. If they win, they would have beaten both Scotland and Switzerland. But first, 1 tick shot made.
And really at this point, Norway, especially on this next shot, would be needing a miss by Karg Martin on the tick.
So the center line guard, of course, there are 2 sessions left of round robin play. And then tomorrow night's the first qualifying game. Obviously depend on who is in it. We'll be playing the 3 versus 6 or 4 versus 5. US with a win, now 9-3, so they're into the playoffs.
And they have qualified their nation for the Olympic Games in Beijing next year.
So we'll have a chance to, that country will have a chance to defend. Obviously not Schuster's team declared that it'll be the one. They'll have their trials. Another great tick shot by Karg Martin.
Yeah, and those are 2 huge shots for Leeds to make, and because if you miss one of those, it really changes the end for Canada. So making those 2 ticks is really, really good for Karg Martin and Team Canada.
Okay.
This is a setup here. It's Norway trying to steal 2.
Putting it just over, hoping that when Canada tries to peel it, that maybe they jam on something on the wings and something spins in that
To me, it's looking
they
thick
could use.
this way as your easiest bet. Yep.
Just be quarter.
It's fine.
So you try to make these peels. They become a little trickier with all those stones still in after the tick shots.
Well,
Well, goes just off the 1. Do they tick that into a bad spot?
Well, they do tick it into the rings, but it
that's fine, Brad.
behind the tee line.
We've had a lot of those this week.
Må dra inn nå. Vi må ha 3 steiner inn I huset bare, vi.
Norway deciding to go around here instead of putting up another center guard. I think I would have put up another center guard still. Norway needs to lay 3 when Team Canada goes to throw their last.
This one over curling, they're going to try and just set it up on the side where maybe they can try and play a hit and roll both to the center with it coming up short.
Should we just nose that for now?
Good,
yeah.
Yeah, and then if they go around the hook, you can peel it.
Okay. The peel might go into your shooter.
Oh. Okay, let's.
Is there any way the peel goes into that now?
If you played the Brad's out turn and hit it 2/3 high, it does.
Let's try that.
That would be deluxe.
Yeah.
There's barely a hole, so you're almost hitting one or the other.
Yeah, I think I like playing the peel here too.
2/3.
Not super worried about that one in the house just yet because it is behind the tee line and it's wide open. These overlap corner guards are more of a concern. It'd be a bonus if they could get that third one.
Well, and they'll go right in between. They didn't say there was much of a hole. Found a way to hit it.
Good throw.
Yes, there is a hole.
We found it. They said there's just a hole.
Well, they
Oh,
hit
it
it.
didn't miss that one that it was beside by much.
You see those 10 hits, 45% for Nergard. A lot of those interns.
Tiden. Litt kort av tiden. Ja, skal jeg gå? Jobba.
A third.
Kind of just straight peel again, but they'll try to clip the one at the back of the forefoot. Brendan just
Looks
taking
a hair
look
thinner
at the
than that, but
angle.
third's close.
Pretty close, yeah.
Okay.
Let's make it. When you get rid of this one, you're probably only going to be facing the tie on your last as opposed to the potential winning points. Trying to come up. So they hit the hole and they jam one.
Really good at,
How can this happen?
we're really good at stuffing though.
Okay.
I guess they've had a few like this. And
Like to come right at it.
It's bad luck.
Ja, that's all.
Throw, Darren.
Whoa, den har.
It is really tough. Jill, you know that throwing a lot of peels. To stick those ones are harder than
to dead nut it too, for sure. So close to making it one way or the other. Now trying to flip this back one so that it doesn't go through the rings. And it touches it, but still goes through. Big miss there by Torger.
That one.
It's been one of those nights for
Roller rocking.
Yeah,
Torger.
Poor guy.
Trying to lean on this one to save this one for molding. And big scrub to get that one to
Almost fell.
stay in play.
Darren says he almost fell. There was a bit of a speed wobble
Sorry,
there.
man. Just bad slide. Lost a lot of weight on that wobble. Okay.
He draws, we knows.
He has to
He has to do something. Yeah, he's got a hit.
Just like.
Good draw numbers here for Stefan.
I'll try and find a way to keep something hidden, but it's going to be probably an open look or an open draw for the win for Canada. It's playing itself out.
Ja, ta den helt bak hit. Helt bak.
Ikke gjennom
Helt bak.
dobbelt,
Jo,
da.
inn dobbelen. Det er like greit.
27 er best.
Ja, kjør da.
If he knows it, he's running into it all day on the roll. Yeah, like that's right. Yeah.
It looks,
It's pretty open, right?
yeah, it's almost wide open. Heel.
Yeah, can end this game right here. Wasn't sure if they would take it on.
Half rock?
Yeah.
We're looking for half, right?
Yep, Finn half. Half's fine.
Just go after make the double with it being open. Look at those numbers tonight.
Yep.
Big game.
Yeah.
Big game players step up, and Brendan Botcher's been that tonight.
Hurt. Keep going. Okay, that's good.
Well, and punch that one out
Attaboy.
to win the game. That one gets out. That'll be a big Canadian victory and make it 4 straight losses for Norway. now have a big game tomorrow against Scotland to try and keep any hopes of the playoffs alive.
Hi Hazel, hope you're having a good snooze.
Good win.
Canada 6-4 winners over Norway.
Hey, Gaylor.
Nice.
Why?
Good one. Good scrub. Good game.
Beklager at jeg spilte så dårlig som kampen. Jeg har gjort det hele mitt liv.
Well, session 21 wraps up, and it is Switzerland with a win over Korea 9-3. The United States a big win over Netherlands 9-4. Sweden knocks off Germany, doubling them up 8-4, and Canada with a big win over Norway 6-4 in our feature game. And here's where we are heading to the final 2 sessions of round robin play. 3 teams have qualified for the playoffs. RCF and Sweden 10-2. They know they're into the semifinals. The USA 9-3. They're right behind them, qualifying. Canada and Scotland at 8-4. Norway, Switzerland 7-5. Those two will be battling it out. Then Japan, Italy, Germany, Denmark, China, Korea, and Netherlands all at 2-10. So those will be big games for them in their last game to determine how things shape up here at the BKT Tires and OK Tire World Men's Curling Championship. For Jill Officer, myself, Luke Coley, thanks for watching, and tune in for more tomorrow.